And who could argue? She's no stranger to the fantasy world with her terrific turn in Harry Potter, and her stock is about to rise. I didn't even prepare anything to say. Hello everyone, I'm Marc Daniel Patrick. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. And how about the biggest news of the week, as New York City finally has a plan in place to bring Broadway back to full capacity, with Hamilton, Wicked, and The Lion King all set to open on September 14th. You can get tickets now at Broadway.com to these shows and to many more that are opening in the fall of 2021. And for an entire theater scene that's been dark since March of 2020, this is the best news they could have gotten, and we're hopefully in the final few months of all of our Broadway favorites returning to the Big Apple. Alright, let's get to some comment shoutouts from last week's video, which was Ben Platt's new video, Imagine. If you haven't seen that video, I'll throw that up top. Go check that one out as well. Alright, our first comment comes from Naomi Ritter, who says, I'm getting married this fall. This will either be our song or for my parents. I'm getting married on their 35th anniversary. They still hold hands every time they walk together. Thanks for the video. Thank you so much for that comment, Naomi. That's absolutely beautiful. I think you need to share with us what your parents' secret is and how they got to 35 years. Is there like a magic sweet spot? Like once you get to a certain number of years, you just dig in and you're in for the long haul? I mean, unless you're Bill Gates. But I think I said it in the video too, that this would make such a great song at a wedding. You should reach out to Ben, see what he's doing that weekend, and see if he'll come sing it for you live. But congratulations on the wedding, Naomi, and thank you for the comment. Our next comment comes from Small Town Girl. Is she a fan of Journey? Just a small town girl. Thank you, Marc Daniel Patrick, for increasing my knowledge of musical theater. I used to say I liked musicals, now I look for all the subtleness in the acting and singing, and then appreciating the whole show even more, so thank you. Well, thank you. I think that's kind of what I set out to do in this channel, was vocal coaches, whatever they're doing on YouTube, absolutely necessary. It's absolutely needed. What I can't understand, that's harsh. What I don't like, what I can't wrap my head around is how you can be, how you can go into a vocal lesson and not talk about what you're singing, right? In terms of the context, why it's there, why you're singing in the first place, and what it truly means to you. So that's something I wanted to comment a lot on this channel, because I think there's something to be said for a great voice and great technique, and there's also something to be said for truly understanding where the song is coming from, what it means to you, and being able to convey that properly. So thank you so much for that comment. I'm not going to stop talking about it on this channel, so if you're looking for straight, simple vocal technique and nothing else, this is not the channel for you. There are hundreds of others on YouTube who would happily help you out. And finally, just before we get started, you know the deal. If you watched anything last week, this is our new jam right here. I can't believe how many people were into this. There's so many comments saying that I didn't know how popular it was already. I'm so glad to hear it though. Yeah, Screwball Whiskey. Not sponsored yet. Today we're continuing our casting suggestions for one of the most anticipated movie musicals in decades. And we've already covered Glinda, Elphaba, Fiyero. I'll throw those videos up top. Go watch those ones as well. But today I wanted to focus on one of the most anticipated supporting roles of the film, and possibly one that has the longest list of candidates. So who is Madame Morrible? Well, she is one of the grandest and possibly one of the most sinister witches in our beloved musical. The recipe for making a character like this is taking equal parts Effie Trinket, Anna Wintour, and Cruella de Vil. Put all those ingredients into a large blender and pulse for 3 to 5 minutes. Not blend, pulse. And you've got yourself Madame Morrible. Now, the role was originated on Broadway by the comedic genius Carol Shelley, who sadly passed away in late August of 2018 at the age of 79. But what did Shelley bring to this role that we're looking for in this casting choice? Well, first of all, a demanding presence. She needs to be a scene stealer every time she's on screen. Incredible poise and grace, comedic timing and a natural wit, and a decent singing voice. I mean, she's a character part. She doesn't need to be the best singer of the show. And looking at those 4 main criteria points, the options for this role are absolutely endless. So I'll apologize now if our options come from a little too far left or right field, but these are some of our choices of who should be playing Madame Morrible. Alright, first up on our list is Imelda Staunton, because the rumor mill has been pretty hot with this one, as stories have been circulating for over a year already that she's already been tapped to play this role. And who could argue? She's no stranger to the fantasy world after her terrific turn in Harry Potter, and her stock is about to rise even further as she was just cast to play Queen Elizabeth in the upcoming season of The Crown. And with musical credits like Guys and Dolls and The Wizard of Oz, both with the National Theatre, Staunton seems poised to take on this role, making the rest of this list possibly all for nothing. Alright, next up on our list, my god, is just one of my favorites, although I feel like I'm going to say that a lot in this video, but it's Christine Baranski. I mean, she's most known as Diane Lockhart for the past decade on both The Good Wife and The Good Fight, but for those of you who might not be familiar, Christine is actually a powerhouse musical theater gem. With Broadway credits that include Company, Nick and Nora, and Sweeney Todd, and film credits including Chicago and Mamma Mia. And for years, I had been screaming for The Good Wife to give her her own show, because she's just that good. So I'm going to start screaming now for her to take on this role in Wicked, and only time will tell exactly how that's going to work out. Next up on our list is Helena Bonham Carter, also from the list of The Crown to Wicked, but for years and years now, Helena has proven herself to be one of the best character actors we have ever seen. With credits like Les Mis, Alice in Wonderland, and Sweeney Todd, and 2 Oscar nominations for Wings of the Dove and The King's Speech. She just has that great quirky sense about her to allow her to disappear into any role she plays. Now, it may be a long shot for this Wicked casting, but at the same time, would it have anyone really complaining? Next up, we chose Glenn Close. And is there anything this woman can't do? From starring on Broadway, to becoming one of the greatest film actresses of our time, with 8 Academy Award nominations and a long overdue win. She recently released a spoken word jazz album, and she can give you da butt dance on cue. And if our recipe at the beginning means absolutely anything, you would think the frontrunner is our very own Cruella de Vil. Taking a big swing here, but how about Kathryn Hahn? Now, I know she's by far the youngest person on our list, but there's nothing a little makeup can't help when you have the acting capacity that she possesses. And I did warn you there'd be at least one choice from left field, but she recently played Agatha in Marvel's WandaVision, which is technically a witch, so that maybe makes this less of a stretch. Probably not. So if you get anything out of this segment, at least treat yourself to watching Transparent and Mrs. Fletcher, and thank me for reminding you what an on-screen gift she truly is. And last, but certainly not least, is hands down everyone's top pick for this role, Meryl Streep. I didn't even prepare anything to say, because it's just that obvious. I mean, Meryl has never taken a role that she wasn't born to play. And with a musical bio that includes Mamma Mia, The Prom, Into the Woods, and Mary Poppins Returns, there's just no downside to Meryl being cast in this role. And if our recipe for this character actually holds any credit, will the real Anna Wintour please stand up? That's all. Those are some of our picks to play Madame Morrible. If we missed any of yours, throw them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, I'm Mark Daniel Patrick, and thanks so much for watching.